Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you're new here, welcome back if you are not. It's Baby Jesus here with another gold making / gathering guide, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at eggs. Now in the past I have made an egg gathering route. It's apparently a little dated, some of the spawns are no longer there's a couple of new spawns added in, so we are going to take a look at those right now, and I'm going to show you guys, in my opinion, what is the best egg farm in the game. Now, before we get too far into the video, I do just want to say, if you find anything beneficial or informative in this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really doesn't cost you anything and helps us out a ton. Now, if you don't like the video, please consider leaving a comment down below on how I can improve on future content. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, my old egg farming video was quite popular. A lot of people are looking where to get them because they sell for a ton of gold, so a lot of people are trying to make gold with them. And then the opposite side, a lot of people are trying to make just their crafting and their cooking and their kitchen stuff without needing to spend a ton of gold on eggs. So that being said, the egg video that I posted a while ago is very dated. Some of the spawns don't exist anymore. There's new spawns. We're going to touch base on all those. The first thing you're going to want to do, though, is you're going to want to make yourself up to the southern point of Noble Reach. Now, I'm going to start our spawn or our route right from where I am right now, and we're going to make our way up around from Noble Reach all the way to the Vala Tempest and all the way back down. Now, I will be opening my mini-map a ton, so you guys will be able to see where I am relative to which spawn I'm at. But I'll also be posting or making a little map for you guys at the end and then posting it in the Discord as well for you guys to follow along with. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So as I mentioned, our first one is going to be right underneath us here. The eggs are right next to us. Now, you guys can see I'm actually in a glitched portal right now. There's nothing to kill here, but everything around me is red, so that's why the coloring is a little off. But our first spawn is going to be right here. You guys did see I gathered it. Just for austerity, just so you guys know, I started at 18 eggs. Okay, I started at 18, so we have 19 now. On this route, you guys are going to see a ton of different things to gather, and I'm going to point them out to you. It is up to you to gather them on your own, obviously. I can't control what you're doing, but if you're here for gold, you might want to take advantage of it. Our next spawn is going to be over in this direction, so we are going to make our way over now. Now, I'm sure you guys saw, I do have a ton of blueberries in my inventory. When I run my test routes, I gather everything that's around me. And you guys can see in one run of this, I did gather 400 blueberries. Blueberries sell fast. They sell for a fair amount, between 0.5 and 1 gold a piece. Sometimes more, sometimes less, obviously. I would recommend you gather the blueberries. For those of you who listened and saw my first video, gather the blueberries, guys. That's pretty simple. So I was actually wrong. Our next spawn is going to be right here, pardon me. We skipped over one. You guys can see these are going to be your biggest indicator of where eggs are going to spawn. I call these egg trees. I'm very well aware that eggs don't spawn in trees, but they spawn under these. Whether they have orange leaves or green leaves, that shape of tree is almost always going to have a turkey nest underneath it. So you guys can see right there, we got our second spawn. So we did start right here, make our way over to this spot here, and now we're going over to where the brown meets the green up on this little ridge. Now, one thing about this area in particular is that a ton of corruption spawn here. Blueberries, gather them. So, if you aren't properly equipped to fight them on your own, it could be a little bit of a pain to go gather them. But, just keep in mind, you can sometimes skirt around and the spawns still sometimes happen. Now, you guys can see here, there is our egg tree. We're going to just take a quick look, and there's the nest. You guys see the dragon glories. For the sake of the video and time, I'm not going to gather them, but you should, or Dragon Glare and Scorch Storm, pardon me, you should be gathering, just like all the blueberries I'm going to point out, gather them. So, after we have gathered that one, we are going to go up to 2 new spawns that were not here in the past. So, we're going to make our way up onto the hill, and we're going to go gather 2 new spawns of the turkey nests. Now, again, I do believe there was 3 or 4 spawns from the first video that are no longer in the game, so it can be a little confusing, as well as one that is now glitched, and I can show you guys how it spawns into a wall so you can't actually gather it. But I do believe they countered that by putting a couple of spawns elsewhere on the map, just not necessarily on this route. So as we come up this hill towards Sirius, you guys can see here the infamous egg tree, so you know that the egg is going to be somewhere around there. I would recommend also skinning any animals that you have to kill on your gathering, just because if you're here for gold, any material is better than no material. So we've gathered that egg, and you guys can see in the distance, lo and behold, egg tree. It is going to be your biggest indicator of where the next ones need to be, and just so you guys know, it's right here. We're going to make our way over, and lo and behold, there is our turkey nest. Now, oh, never mind, that's a boulder. Now, if the turkey nest is gathered, it's going to be really, really, really hard to spot. Unfortunately, we didn't get an egg from that one. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're going to make our way down. Unfortunately, there's a corruption that did spawn there. So we're not going to be able to get the egg, but there is an egg that spawns right at sort of this 45-degree corner here. So we're not going to be able to get it because the corruption is going to be in the way, but we're going to go down to the area anyways. Yeah, so if the egg is already gathered, finding the nest is damn near impossible because there's no indication of where it is. It's not on your minimap. It's, you know, akin to finding a boulder that's been mined. You just have to look for the crumbs on the ground or like the debris. Whereas the nest is just this tiny little gray circle. So you're not going to really be able to see anything. So yeah, unfortunately, you guys can see here, this corruption did stop the spawn in of this egg. It is normally right here. So, that being said, we are going to move on to our next spawn, which is at the 90-degree bend here with this little dotted line. We're just going to make our way over. Rabbits and stuff, I typically don't stop for the sake of time, but it was right in front of me. You're going to want to come up here, and you guys see here is the egg tree. And blueberries. Gather them. I said it a lot in the first video. I'm going to say it a lot here. Gather the damn eggs. The damn blueberries. So, after you gather this one, you're going to make your way right over to this egg tree because this is a double spawn. I believe it is our only double spawn on the entire route. And this is literally just a little bit north in this little brush thing underneath here. So, a double spawn here. Going to make up for the one that the corruption took away from us, but it is always here. Make sure you gather it. Afterwards, once you've gathered these, we are going to make our way up to this little section here. You guys can see there's a ton of blueberries, there's a ton of rabbits, a ton of life bloom, some life jewel as well. I'm running by it and it's hurting my heart as a gold maker, but for the sake of time, we are doing this way. So you guys can see here, here's our egg tree. We have to take a look around, and lo and behold, we do find our nest. Now, after we've gathered this one, we are going to make our way up towards this broken wall right here. Now, I do actually think we missed one. We did. So we came up from here up to this spot here and jumped straight down. There is a spawn right on this corner building right here. So I will, I'll make sure to go show that to you guys. But there's a spawn that spawns right there. So you guys can see, egg tree. And lo and behold, a nest right underneath it. So after you've gathered this one, you have to go for a bit of a hike, I'll admit. We have to head up towards the Valley Tempest now. And we are going to make our way towards where this green, the dark green and the light green meet. So we're just going to make our way over there now. It is a bit of a hike, but it is what it is. So on the way there, you are going to notice there's some resources you can gather, but not a ton of them. There's going to be maybe some rabbits if you're lucky, some turkeys. The turkeys do stop spawning in the Valley Tempest, so if you are trying to farm turkeys at the same time, Noble Reach is your only bet for this route. You do see some rabbits there. You do see some lynxes. Again, if you're here just for the eggs, don't waste your time. If you're here for gold making and you want to maximize your gold per hour, then I would strongly recommend farming, killing everything in sight on the route, just because it's going to make your time that much more efficient. And now we're going to start seeing the egg trees themselves change colors. So that is an egg tree. You see it's the exact same shape. It just has orange leaves now instead of green. It actually helps. You guys see blueberries? Gather the damn blueberries. Alright, we do have our first nest right here. After you've gathered this one, there used to be a spawn over here, but it has changed. Now with this new, I guess, road that's going through the wall that used to not be there, the egg spawn doesn't spawn on the road, shockingly enough. So our next spot after is going to be, again, a bit of a hike, but it's going to be up in this little corner right here. We're going to make our way up there now. So this is where it's going to get a bit interesting. If you're a lower level, you're going to have to kite around, jump between all these mobs, or you're just going to end up spending so much time fighting them, that's going to be a giant pain for you. Oh, this is a new spawn. Never mind. So guys, this is a new spawn. So, we started right here. The newest spawn, instead of being over here, you're just going to come to this side of the wall right here. I just found it. Interesting. So you're going to want to go just on the inside of the wall along this dotted line. You guys can see the nest right under this egg tree. I would not have seen it if I didn't know about the egg trees. All right. After this, we are now going to go up to our corner up here. So again, you're just going to want to kite around these guys. Their aggro range is super low in terms of how close you have to be to pull them, as well as how far away you need to be for them to stop chasing you. So you don't have to worry too much about having to fight them if you can just avoid getting hit effectively. And we're just going to walk in between all these obelisks, all these ruins, and we're going to keep making our way. You can actually see the egg tree off in the distance. So again, we are just in the Valley Tempest now on the right-hand side. And you saw there, he's got no legs. He's not going to catch us. Alright, you guys can see again, I just ran by a bunch of blueberries. You're running through them. If you're here for gold and you're not gathering, or even if you're here for baking and you're not gathering the blueberries, don't know what you're doing. You're wasting time, you're wasting money. So, you guys see here the eggs spawning at the base of the egg tree. We're going to gather that. Afterwards, we are going to make our way up towards this new fast travel that was not here once upon a time. And we are going to go just by the inside of those ruins. You guys can see egg tree. That's going to be your indicator that you are on the right path. So moving on here. You can see we might have to fight him. He's standing almost on the spawn, and that's okay. I'll just take him out, and we'll move through. So now you guys can see that circle does spawn, that little reticle. But again, if the turkey nest is gathered, it's going to be a bit of a pain. You guys can see here now, if that wasn't there, finding that to see if there's a spawn here is damn near impossible. So after we've gathered that on what I call the track, we are going to make our way out to the outskirts of the track right out here. It's going to be our next spawn point. There is a ton, and I say a ton, of blueberries, squash, a bunch of different stuff that spawns inside the track. So if you guys want to, you can go and farm to your heart's content. Again, you can get anywhere between 400 and 500 blueberries per run of this, which, again, if they're selling for 0.5 to 1 gold a piece, it's going to boost your gold per hour astronomically, as opposed to just gathering the eggs. And this route of eggs will gather you anywhere, will net you anywhere between 20 to 30 eggs per run, each run taking, I would say, roughly 20 minutes, give or take. So on the outside of the wall here, you guys can see, we are now at the egg tree, and we're just going to take a look. It seems like this one's already gathered. That's what the nest looks like. Unfortunate for us, but, you know, it's part of the game. So, after that one's been gathered, what we're going to do is we are going to make our way down to the outside of this wall here. And I do believe it's actually up here now. I do believe. So we're going to make our way there. It used to be hugging the wall. They moved the spawn for some reason. But that's okay. You guys can actually see the egg tree there, so it's not that big of a deal. You guys see all the blueberry bushes. Gather them. Just like the first video. Nothing has changed in that regard. You're going to want to gather the eggs. The blueberries, pardon me. And the eggs, I guess. So, yeah, this one still spawns on the wall. That's good. You're going to want to skin those. Every time you got to kill them, you're going to want to skin them. So, through here, you guys see, unfortunately, this nest was also gathered. So, we aren't going to be able to take that one. And that's all right. So, our next spawn is, this might be the one they moved, actually. This one used to be down here by this wall. And instead, I believe it's out towards the cliff face now. You guys can actually see it right there. It's not even that hard to notice. So, we're going to make our way out to that one right now. And we're just going to take a look around. And see if we can spot the nest, which sometimes we can. But other times it's so well hidden when it's not spawned, which it doesn't seem like it is this time. There it is right there. Unfortunately, this one isn't spawned either. So we are going to have to keep moving. But you guys can see it right there. It is where it spawns. So afterwards, we're going to make our way to the inside of the temple. And we're going to go to the inside post of the fortress right here. Or the ruins, I should say. You guys can see in the distance the egg tree right there. We're going to just keep moving. So you guys can see, again, there's a ton of things to farm if you're here. You guys see some soul sprouts over there. Great way to make money with soul motes. So I would strongly recommend it. Now you guys can see here, the nest is spawned. And again, that is just on the inside here. After you've gathered this one, we're just going to make our way across the road in the middle. And we're just going to go maybe, 50 meters this way. And you guys can see the other egg tree right in front of us. A bunch of blueberries. You already know what to do with those. And you guys can see here, the nest is spawned. If that little reticle wasn't there, there's no way I was going to spot that. And this guy's just a meanie. There we go. We've gathered that. We're going to keep moving on. Our next spawn is going to be towards the outside of the ruins. And it's actually in this little dead space right between these walls here. You guys can actually see the egg tree right there. More blueberries to our right. Gather them. We're going to have to run over top of this guy, so I may as well just take him out. More blueberries. You know what to do. And here we go. Here's the nest right here, in between the trees. Not a very good hunting cat right here. You guys can see there's more blueberries to our left. You guys already know what to do. After you've gathered this little dead space here, we're going to make our way down to the tiny little track here. And we're going to just farm in this corner. You guys can see the tree already in the distance. Learning and memorizing what those trees look like is going to make your life a breeze when it comes to finding eggs, because you're just going to be walking around in the game and you're going to see those trees and you're just going to instinctively know to go towards them to get the eggs. Unfortunately, it looks like this one might be spawned. Oh, no. There we go. It might be taken, not spawned, pardon me. So we're just going to grab the eggs here and move on. Again, more blueberries, guys. You already know what to do with those. So, after we've gathered those, we are going to make our way down back towards Noble Reach. And we're going to be getting close to the end of our route, rather. And just to the outside of this spawn here at the excavated shrine, we're just going to see that there's another spawn. So we have a bit of a route to run here, a bit of a distance. But on here, you're going to find, again, a bunch of wolves, a bunch of blueberries. Not wolves, pardon me, lynxes. A bunch of blueberries. A bunch of both rabbits and turkeys now, because turkeys are going to start spawning again. So you should be able to definitely fill the time on your run back. Now, to note, there are some a decent amount of mining nodes as well, just because we're so close to the cliffs. You're going to find a ton of iron nodes, some star metal if you're lucky, gold, silver, the whole kit. And you guys can also see some river crest there as well. Very easy to fill your time and maximize your gold per hour. You just have to know where to look, that's all. So we are now getting close to our next spot. These new fast travels do make it somewhat easy. Before, you have to run all the way up. You can, if you wanted to, start at the top and make your way back down, but I just don't find it as an efficient route. So you guys see there is a star metal spawn up on that cliff. Star metal's easy to sell, sells for a decent amount. Would highly recommend it, again, if you're here strictly for the gold per hour. Definitely in your best bet. You can see a bunch of hemp as well to our left. And, most importantly, the infamous egg tree right in front of us. Some squash on the ground, it looked like. Now, here we are, and thankfully the reticle pointed us in the right direction. Our turkey nest is right there. Now, after we've gathered it right here, you guys can see right near the blight root. There is a blight root literally right in front of us. Our next spot is going to be just down, and this is actually one of the glitched ones, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to show you guys just so you know that your server might not be glitched, but this one definitely is. There's more blueberries that spawn here. There's some turkeys. Kill them. You can get some more eggs. And you guys can see that's actually an egg tree right in front of us, right? We've come to recognize them now, I hope. You guys see more blueberries, another cat, some rabbits, and the spawn of this nest is right there. You guys can actually see it in the wall. You see that little circle right there? That is actually our nest. So definitely check it out on your server, see if you guys can get to it. But unfortunately now it does spawn inside of this brick wall that apparently wasn't here before. So it's a little unfortunate. After you've made your way to the glitchy one, we're going to make our way down to this little section here. It's sort of where the road bends inwards at this, 90 or 70 degree angle. Or no, that's actually 110 degree angle. We're going to make our way out. So you guys can see right there, the egg tree in the distance. A glitch, not a glitch, but a little thing that I always say, if you have lower specs on your computer and you run on lower graphics, spawnable or gatherable items are always going to spawn in first. So you actually see the egg trees spawn in before everything else. So it always tells you where to go. You don't have to worry about it melding in or blending in with the other foliage. So you guys can see here, the turkey nest is right under the tree, as always. And just on the inside here is going to be our next spawn, just along the ruins. You guys can see the egg tray already. And surprise, surprise, some more blueberries. You already know what to do with those. So we're making our way over to this spawn now. And you guys can see the nest is right here. Afterwards, you guys can see this is our glitched portal. The last spawn, if the portal wasn't glitched, the corrupted portal, is going to be right where I put that marker. So I'm going to show you guys where it is on the map, but it's not going to matter because the terrain is all messed up because of the portal. But regardless, you guys will be able to see where it is. And that is going to conclude the route, guys. It's very, very simple. Not much has changed. There's, you know, maybe 6 or 7 spawns that are different, but still different. So just keep that in mind. So your next spawn for these, for the egg would be literally at the base of this rock right here. Right around there is where your next spawn is going to be for the eggs. So that all said, what did we actually end up gathering? So we did start with 18. So we gathered another 18 eggs, which isn't bad. A couple of them were already gathered. We did miss one spawn, like I mentioned. We did miss the spawn that was right on this building here. So I'd recommend after you come from here to here, to here, I would recommend going to this building right there and then making your way up to Sirius and then back down and following the route. So that is it, guys. So you got 18 eggs. Again, you're going to get at least 400 blueberries, if not more. If you're gathering the turkeys as well, this was just on one of my test runs. I did manage to get 2 of the poultry breasts, but those are relatively uncommon. So that being said, I'm going to show you guys now the actual route, and I'm going to draw it out for you guys so you guys take a screenshot of this. You can do whatever the heck you want. Just, you know, if that helps you out in the gathering process. So, the first spawn, and where we started our entire route, is down here. Now, this is where the corrupted portal is. Just for a reference point for you guys, the corrupted portal is this big red dot. So, it's screwed up a couple of our gathering spots, and that's okay. So, we started right here. After we gathered that one, we made our way over to where the green and the brown mix. And then afterwards, we made our way up onto this little ledge here, this shelf. From there, we went up, but you're going to want to go like this, to that little ruin that I missed. I'd forgotten about that one. And then up to Sirius this way. And then you're going to get the 2 that are up here, 1, 2. And you're going to make your way back down here. Now, there was another corrupted portal right here that unfortunately stopped us from being able to get the spawn that was right at this corner. But there is going to be one there. After you've gathered that one, you're going to make your way over to this area right here. Excuse me. And that is that infamous, the double spawn, I believe. If it's not that one, it's the next one. From there, you're going to make your way up to right here. And then from there, you're going to go all the way across to the outside of this ruined wall. From there, you're then going to make your way all the way up to the Val Tempest, to where the light green and dark green meet right here. And then, the spawn that I actually found with you guys is going to be just on the inside of this wall. Now, there used to be a spawn over here. It's not there anymore. Don't waste your time. From there, you're going to make your way up to this intersection up here. There's another spawn. You're going to go to the inside of the track to that little ruin right there on the left-hand side of the fast travel. From there, you are going to make your way up to... Why is that there? You're going to make your way up to the outside of the track over here to the outside of the wall. From there, you're going to make your way out to the outside of this ruin right here. And then from there, you're going to go out to this little cliff. It's not really far. You guys can see the egg trees right in front of you. After that, you're going to make your way to the inside track right here. You're going to cross the road to the next spawn there. You're going to head back to this little dead space right here. And then from there, you're going to make your way to the outside of this little track here. From there, you're going to start making your way back towards the starting area. So you're going to travel all the way along here. You're going to take the bridge, do whatever you got to do. And you're going to make your way all the way down next to the fast travel, which is this little area right here. There's a spawn. From there, you're going to make your way down to this little ruin here, which there is that is the glitched one, pardon me, that spawns inside the wall. Double check it on your server to see if that is actually a glitch on yours as well. From there, you're going to make your way down to this little jog in the road, and then to the corner. From there, you're going to make your way down to this rock, and if there's no glitched corruption portal for you, that will be your last spawn of the route. From there, you can taper off and go right back to the start. That's it for this one, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it beneficial and informative. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to leave a comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, so I can improve stuff for you in the future. And I will see you all next time. See ya!